So you don't trust previous Canon EOS R1 rumors? Specs that say it won't do 8K and have a resolution of under 45 megapixels? Well, you're not alone. The specs for the Canon EOS R1 will be insane according to one source who's seen the camera. What do we know? Well, stick around after this short message for all the details. But first, subscribe to this channel for a chance to win a Canon EOS R5. I'll be giving one away to one lucky subscriber once this channel reaches 100,000 subscribers. Anyone above the age of 18 with a valid mailing address is eligible. Additional terms and conditions are linked in the description down below. Canon Rumors has said that the Canon EOS R1 won't shoot 8K, and that means in their view that, well, it's going to be somewhere under 45 megapixels in terms of resolution and not be as capable as many of us had thought. But earlier this morning, Andrea Pizzini of a YouTube channel by the same name and also the editorial director and owner of Sony Alpha Rumors had this to say about it.
I know the source, he's very realistic when it comes to sharing info and details about cameras. And quote unquote, he said this camera will be insane. So insanely capable, really exciting. This is what he said.
And that quote, the jack of all trades and the master of everything, is something that came from Canon Rumors going back, well, I guess almost 2 years ago now. And it's just last week that Canon Rumors said that the R1 will not shoot 8K video and will likely have a resolution less than 45 megapixels. But could both stories be correct? Could the Canon EOS R1 not shoot 8K and still be the master of everything, a jack of all trades, being insanely capable? Well, here's Andrea to tell us a little bit more.
And he also mentioned that all those rumors that we read the past months, to not really trust them, and he cannot share, like I told you, the exact specs yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks I can share them, so fingers crossed that in a couple of weeks I can tell you more about this camera.
This is really interesting. So Andrea, the editorial director and owner of Sony Alpha Rumors and the YouTube channel by his same name, Andrea Pizzini Photography, is telling us that the Canon EOS R1 will be insanely capable, and that we shouldn't believe the rumors of, well, previous rumors on the Canon EOS R1. And this is kind of puzzling when you think about it, because after all, Andrea Pizzini primarily covers Sony cameras, and since the Canon EOS R5, or not Canon EOS R5, but the sorry, every now and then these camera names sound a little bit interesting and I get them mixed up, but what I'm trying to say is, since the Sony A7 R5, not the Canon R5, but the Sony A7 R5, back in late November of 2022, well, Sony Alpha Rumors, and I've been following them closely, whenever they've said something is coming from a trusted source, their leaked specifications have almost been 100% bang on. Now, the price might have been off, or a few specs might have been off, but the A7 R5, the A7C2, the A7CR, the A6700, and even they got the Nikon ZF correct. They got information on the Nikon ZF before Nikon Rumors did, and they even beat myself, the Camera Insider, and Canon Rumors with information about the 200 to 800 millimeter. And talking about Sigma, they also said that Canon's going to be opening up the RF mount. Now, they said it was going to happen by the end of 2023, but Canon Rumors has come out and also said that we are expecting a big announcement by Sigma in February. So Sony Alpha Rumors is not some hack that doesn't know what they're talking about, and this source is a trusted source that's provided them with other information that's proved to be correct. So what do I think? Well, I think until we get validation from multiple sources, it's really hard to say anything about the Canon EOS R1, other than Canon's had a good 6 years to develop this camera, that it is going to be a very good, very capable camera for the target market that it's aimed at. But what is that target market? Is it fast action and sports photography like the 1 series has traditionally been for most of its life? I know in the beginnings it wasn't necessarily tailored to that, but very quickly it became the sports and fast action photography, even shooting 10 frames per second with film. That's right, with film, 10 frames per second. One other thing that Andrea teased us with, though, was saying that this camera, they'll get more specifications shortly, but he can't release anything right now because the source says very few people know about the specs, and if the source was to reveal this information, it could potentially get themselves in trouble and in an awful lot of trouble. So what Andrea did say is that in the next coming weeks or so, we might get some more information coming out. So I think this is really going to shake the rumor tree. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Sony Alpha Rumors releases something in the next couple of weeks, or maybe even the Camera Insider or Canon Rumors could come out and beat them to the punch. But I would suspect that within the next 2 weeks, we'll get more information on the Canon EOS R1, but this is really exciting. And one other thing that Sony Alpha Rumors teased us about is this isn't the only thing. They've got more information to tease us about. So I would definitely keep track. I would subscribe to Sony Alpha Rumors. I'd follow them. What he tends to be doing now is building up the YouTube channel, so he releases the information there and then puts it on Sony Alpha Rumors. So I would definitely follow him on his channel. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he said there's going to be many more stories over the next couple of days, so I'm excited. I'm personally excited. I'm wondering, what about an update? Andrea, if you're watching, and I hope you are, sir, if you're watching, thank you for bringing us this news, but what about your update back in, what was it, September the 28th, where you said that Canon was going to be opening the RF mount by the end of the year? Can you get us an update on that? Because Canon Rumors a month later, October the 29th, also came out and said that there's going to be a big Sigma announcement sometime in February, and according to my watch, we're halfway through January. So February, next month, isn't so far away. It's only about a couple of weeks away, and we're also 1 month away from CP Plus that takes place in Yokohama, Japan, towards the middle end of February. And right leading up to that event, this is historical, leading up to that event, camera companies will always tease about 1 week before all their camera announcements, their lens announcements, so we're expecting an awful lot to happen on the heels of CP Plus. And one other interesting tidbit, I'm surprised to learn that only about 30% of you actually watching are subscribers. That means 60% of you aren't, or 70% of you aren't. So please, if you like this video, you're still watching, go ahead and click subscribe. It really does help this channel grow. And if you're looking at purchasing new camera gear, such as lenses, bodies, or accessories, anything from Adorama, B&H, or Amazon.com, then consider purchasing through my affiliate links. These ones right here, I do have them in the description down below. I get anywhere from 2 to 12% back, and that goes back to funding purchases and supporting this channel. I don't take any income for this. It goes right back into the channel. I'm going to be getting the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. The R1 is kind of up in the air right now because I'm waiting to see what the specs are. If it's primarily just at sports and fast action photographers, I'll probably give it a miss because that's not me. But if it's more of a jack of all trades, master of everything, and it's insanely capable, to quote Andrea Pizzini, well, then I'll definitely give it a go. Let me say that again. I'll definitely give it a go. Can't say it. Let's slow it down. I'll definitely give it a go. There we go. That's a whole lot better. And as far as lenses go, I plan on picking up a few lenses this year, so it's going to be a big investment into this company to get a whole bunch of gear. I'm really excited by what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. And this story from Sony Alpha Rumors this morning, Andrea Pizzini Photography on YouTube, has me perked up a little bit, because when I saw Canon Rumors post, I kind of felt, okay, this is a camera I really wanted, but it doesn't sound like it's made for me. Now what we're hearing is that this camera is going to be insanely capable. And again, this is coming from somebody that covers Sony gear that is, I wouldn't say, well, Sony biased, sure, we're all biased to some degree, but you don't expect somebody who covers other platforms to come out and say, hey, look, the competition is going to be insanely capable. And considering the track record from Sony Alpha Rumors, I'm willing to take this to the bank. At least right now, I'm a little bit more hopeful than I was last week. So let's stay tuned. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.